Hello students, this is a quick revision of the vocabulary topics of 5th semester textbook English Express. In your textbook you have three main topics in vocabulary, that is one word substitutes, words often confused, and also formal and informal vocabulary. So let us quickly look into these topics. So in the first unit you have one word substitutes. One word substitutes are words used for descriptions. So look at this sentence. Rajesh is an iconoclast. He always questions the established beliefs of all Indian religions. So I have kept the word iconoclast in bold, and I have also underlined this word. So what does that word mean? Iconoclast is a person who opposes widely accepted beliefs and traditions. Conventional ga unna beliefs ni oppose chesina vyaktike iconoclast anedi cheptaru. Second one, my grandmother is a convalescent patient. She needs our support. So convalescent is a person who is recovering from illness or medical treatment. Shashi Tharoor is an eloquent speaker. We can learn a lot of new words by listening to his speech. So he is very fluent and he is very persuasive in speaking and in his writing too. Billionaire Vijay Mallya was declared a fugitive. So who is fugitive? Fugitive is someone who runs away or tries to escape, especially from danger, justice or law enforcement. She bought a decorative kennel for her Alsatian dog. So kennel is a dog house. Hitler is an autocrat. Autocrat means a person who has absolute power over others. My friend is a bibliophile. Bibliophile is a person who reads frequently, who collects books. I do not need a verbatim translation of the speech. Verbatim means exactly the same words as that were originally used. So word by word translation. Next. He wrote an elegy for his mother. So elegy is a sad song, a poem or other work of art that expresses grief or mourning for the loss. So he has written a poem about the loss of his mother. So here you have the meanings of these words. We have already discussed what iconoclast, convalescent, eloquent, fugitive, etc. are. So there are other words also. Philanthropist is a person who donates money, time or other resources to help people in need or support. Recluse is a person who is very lonely, who lives a solitary life and tends to avoid other people. Stoic is a person who doesn't show much of emotion. He is being calm and he is without emotion, accepting whatever that is happening. Secular, the actual meaning of the word is not connected with any religion or religious or spiritual matters. Wanderlust is a person who has a strong desire to travel. So somnambulist is a sleepwalker. Polyglot is a person who understands multiple languages. P.V. Narasimha Rao is a polyglot. Shoal, large number of fishes swimming together. Torrent, a strong and fast moving stream of water, gush of water. Teetotaler is a person who never drinks alcohol. So these are the exercises from your textbook. On the ride into the ocean, the tourists were treated to a dash of rare fish. So they could see the fishes swimming, and that is called shoal. The river, fueled by rain, turned into a dash. So there was heavy rain and the river turned into torrent. One should learn to be a dash occasionally to discover oneself. So one should be lonely. So in that sense, one should be alone, not lonely. Lonely is a negative word and alone is a positive word. So one should be alone to understand oneself. The patient went missing only to be found sleeping in the balcony. The doctors discovered that he was a somnambulist. He was a sleepwalker. As a dash, she could understand conversations in many languages on the metro. She was a polyglot. She could understand a lot of languages. In ancient Indian knowledge, it is believed that People after reaching a certain advanced age become stoic. They don't show emotions, they accept everything that come to them as it is. Every political party should develop policies which are secular and can reach out to all communities, which are not religious in nature. The young people of today, realizing that travel is an important experience of life, are nurturing the spirit of wanderlust. Many people enjoy traveling to different places. After the accident, he took a vow to abstain from alcohol and become a teetotaler. After the storm, the rich people of the town came forward to rebuild homes, schools and hospitals. The philanthropists were appreciated by the people. The people who donated money and stuff were appreciated by the people. Write one word substitutes for the following phrases: incapable of being corrected, incorrigible; words inscribed on the tomb, epitaph; one who is not a professional is called amateur; showing complete agreement of same opinion, unanimous. In meeting we usually come to unanimous resolutions. No longer used or outdated, obsolete. One who can do anything for money is called mercenary. Ability to do several things at the same time, multitasking, can be understood in more than one way, ambiguous in nature. We call the ambiguity. One who draws maps, cartographer; able to use hands skillfully, dexterity. Then we have these words often confused: led and lead. So, led is a past tense of the word lead, team lead we say. So, you have the meaning given here. Accept and accept. Accept is to receive something willingly, to receive as it is. Accept is not but one. Accept is most often used as a preposition meaning not including. Threw and threw, they are homophones. Threw means past tense of throw. I threw a stone. And through, she went through the tunnel in the train. Affect, effect. So, affect is usually used to mean to produce or affect upon. Weather affected his mood. It was a rainy day and he was feeling moody. Side effects, we use EFFECTS, result. Then you have among and between. Among, when do you use? When there are a lot of people, you use among. Between, when there are two things or two people, then you use between. Capital and capital. City capital is TAL. Capitol is a building where legislators meet and have a session. Since 1965. For 5 years, that is how we use. Complement and compliment. So, we have I and E. I means you are appreciating something, your dress is very good. So, I complimented your dress. COMPLEMENT means there is something that is coming together with another thing. So, a scarf is used along with a dress. So, that scarf complements the dress. We use complimentary gift. If you get a box of cups along with the things that you shopped, things that you bought, then it is called complimentary gift, MENTARY. Enquiry and inquiry both have similar meanings. Only minor differences. So, INQUIRY is used in formal request and the other one in informal conversations. Both refer to investigation. Then you have loose, that uniform is loose for the child. Then you have another loose, lost, loose, that one. So, that is used to express the action of not being able to keep something. I lose my umbrella often. Then you have these words: addition, adding something. EDITION is also edition, second edition of the book. That is, you make some changes and update and print it again. Then you have resume, the video was resumed. Then you have resume, which is a document describing your skills, education and work experience. You have two words, allude and allude. ALLUDE means I am giving a hint about something. So, she mentioned some trouble that she had at home, and I guessed she was alluding to her son. So, she is not directly telling it to her son, she is pointing to something, that is alluding. Then ELUDE, which means you fail to obtain something that you want. Then you have these two words, detract and distract. Detract means to take away or diminish the value of something. Distract, you know, disturb. You draw someone's attention from something that he or she is doing. Climatic is related to climate, and climactic is the act of culmination, that is related to climax of the film. You have fill in the blanks. If you sit up straight, you can avoid neck pain. A few medicines have other effects, EFFECTS, besides the intended one. Tarun has come up with a good idea for a group presentation. John is adept in dancing, expert, ADEPT. She paid no heed to my advice. She didn't listen to my advice. If your allusion is to any man present here, do name him. If you are hinting to any person here, give his or her name. I am sorry, I believed in this dual policy of our government. So, two types of a policy, that is DUAL. DUEL means a fight. A wandering horde, horde means group of people, attacked the villagers' food store. So, if you know vandalism, group of people will come attack public properties, buses, shops. So, horde, HORDE. HOARD means you buy something in lots. During COVID, people used to hoard things from market. We find wild boars, means pigs, BOARS. The next topic is formal and informal vocabulary. You have to identify what is formal and what is informal. Informal when we talk to our friends, family members. Formal when we are in a professional setup, when we are in a very formal setup, we use a kind of English. So, you have to demarcate the two kinds of English that we use in these different contexts, formal and informal contexts. The study examined, so you can see the word examined. It is a formal word used in most often in writing and in formal context. So, that is formal English. The study checked out the health effects of passive smoking. So, we are using normal words which we use in routine conversation, checked. So, that is informal. I went to Canada last month. I have several things to tell you. That is a kind of a formal English. I went to Canada last month, lots to tell you. So, when I am talking to my friend, I use these kinds of expressions. The beggar I met in Abbott's was a millionaire. It is a structured sentence, but you are talking to your a friend, or you are talking to your known person, family member. So, it is informal English. Look at the next sentence, then you can differentiate. The beggar whom I met in Abbott's was a millionaire. So, usually we use these kinds of sentences in writing using relative pronoun. So, this is formal English. Now, you have to identify which expressions are formal and which are informal. So, small usually used simple words are informal, and the other one which we usually use in writing are formal. So, that is the easy way in which you can identify formal and informal vocabulary. After we use it often, so that is informal. As a result, so usually when we write essays, we use this expression, that is formal English. In addition to, moreover, all are formal, though informal, consequently formal, nevertheless formal. Others are all informal, anyway, but, besides, informal. Write the formal equivalent to informal words given below. So, on the left hand side you have informal words, and on the right hand side there are formal words. start a simple word, informal word. So we say commence, end, conclude, try, attempt, wrong, erroneous, in the end, in conclusion. So in conclusion anedi emaitadi, it becomes formal. Cheap anedi, it's an informal word. So when we are using informal vocabulary, how will we write? Economical, inexpensive. Find out anedi simple English, it is informal English. So if you make it a formal, it becomes discover. Okay. So here we are identifying whether it is formal or informal, and we are changing it with corresponding words. So I saw kids. Kids we use in our normal conversation, it is informal. So replace it with children. I believe. So believe is a normal word. Assert. Mixed up, disorganized, recovered, got back. Raining cats and dogs, raining heavily. In simple English we can say. Info, information. Info is a informal vocabulary. Limited budget, formal vocabulary. So less budget, less money. Okay, simple way you can say. Made up, fabricated. Started, commenced. Concern is actually worry, but in this sentence you can use shows or reflects, something like that. He checked his mobile for any messages. Will start building work in August. So all these exercises are taken from your textbook. I have given the answers here. Every individual has rights which should be respected. There are numerous mistakes in the text. So depending upon the context, you have to use the vocabulary. So in bracket in your textbook, they have given two expressions. One is informal word and the other one is formal word. So depending upon the sentence, you can choose the right one. So in your textbook, if you observe, you can see in page number, this is formal and informal vocabulary. In page number 41, you have a lot of expressions. Just go through it once. So on the left hand side, you have all informal vocabularies, and on right hand side, you have formal. See these examples. A lot of formal vocabulary, we say numerous. Also simple word, informal word. In addition to anedi cheptamu, ledante additionally anedi cheptamu. All right is informal. Informal we say acceptable. Okay. So you have a long list in your textbook. Just go through it once. It is self-explanatory. So all the best for your exam.